Welcome to the Manifest Your Greatness podcast. Practical and actionable steps that you can take to help manifest the greatness that you already possess deep inside. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to join this episode of the Manifest Your Greatness podcast, where we explore practical and actionable steps that you can take to help manifest the greatness that you already possess deep inside. And today we have a very special guest. Her name is Sasha Royce, and she is the founder and CEO of Smart Swimsuits. Smart Swimsuits are unique swimsuits created out of a deep desire to protect skin from sunlight, but also provide a desirable and even tan. Smart swimsuits are made from an innovative fabric that acts as a sunscreen with an SPF of 35. That means these swimsuits let approximately 70% of UV rays through, which allows enough UV rays through to help you develop a nice tan, but blocks out enough UV rays to protect you from sunburns. Smart Swimsuits' bold and fashionable designs also pay special attention to protecting the neckline, the shoulders, chest, and arms, where skin is particularly sensitive and also the most prone to sunburn. Smart Swimsuits' philosophy is a responsible attitude towards the planet Earth and the well-being of human health. And a mission-critical goal of Smart Swimsuits is to encourage the reduction of the amount of sunscreen applied on the skin and washed away by water into our oceans. Every year, about 14,000 tons of sunscreen enter our oceans and bodies of water, and each Smart Swimsuit can prevent the use of about 3 bottles of sunscreen. So, Sasha, thank you so much for taking the time, and welcome to the Manifest Your Greatness podcast.
Hi. It's so nice to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I love your daughters, actually. They're so beautiful and our beautiful models. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we all got a chance to get connected. Yeah, with Fashion Week Hawaii last October in Kona, and yeah, my youngest daughter had the opportunity to model one of your swimsuits. And you know, it's interesting because I remember because I had never met you, I didn't know what Smart Swimsuits was at the time, and I remember she came home and she said, "Oh, I was selected to model swimsuits," and I was thinking, swimsuits, you know, because the first thing that goes through our mind
Yeah.
is revealing swimsuits. And like at the time, she was only 12 years old. And then I saw the swimsuit and I was like, this is it's beautiful and it's modest and it's fashionable. And I had no idea about all the other features that made Smart Swimsuits so unique. So of course she had a wonderful time, and I'm so glad that she ended up being the opportunity and the connection point for us to have an opportunity to meet as well.
And the best part that happened recently, the first time we came to Hawaii, we took few models for Miami Fashion Week. It was their first big runaway show, and after that first runaway show their career started, and I'm so proud to help young kids and young generation to make their dreams come true. And our concept for the swimwear, that it fit for all genders,
Yeah.
ages, and body types, and this is the
Yeah.
most important part, instead of other that you already mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
I'm so proud that last year we won few awards as the most innovative and sustainable swimwear brand of the world. We're
Yeah.
trying to bring back to the market slow fashion, because
Yeah.
regular, I don't want to say cheap, I want to say other regular fabric, and when you wear it every day under the sun, it losing colors and it losing quality.
Mhm.
Our fabric made of recyclable plastic. It's perfect, like it's first sustainable in checklist. It's a sustainable point. And the fabric made in that way that you can wear the same swimsuit yearly. The same quality, the same color. It doesn't fade or lose colors yearly.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
another great opportunity, sustainable opportunity for us.
Yeah.
Of course, get the perfect healthy tan. The
Yeah.
girls, especially models, it's perfect for them because usually they can wear some dresses with open parts, and if you will see the tan lines, it look horrible.
Yeah.
But by having our swimwear, you can get the perfect healthy tan without tan lines.
Yeah, and that I find that amazing because whenever I think of wearing a material, I always think of that there's going to be that big discrepancy in where the tan line is. I do outrigger canoe paddling, and if I forget to put some sunscreen on the top of my thigh, even though that's not completely, it's partially covered by the canoe and we're turning and there's water, but where the board short line, where that ends and my, leg is exposed, even if it moves a little bit, I can still see a really distinct difference. So when I heard about that, I thought that's so fantastic because everyone is conscious of that and they want to wear something. And then it's like, well, have it been out too long in this? Is it going to leave these marks? And like you said, models in particular who have to be very careful about things like that because they don't know what they're going to be wearing at their next show and they don't want to show up with the tan lines and everything like that in the wrong places if they have to wear something of a different length or something. So it's just a fantastic feature that Smart Swimsuits offers.
The most popular models, it's swimsuit with sleeves. No one wanna wear the sleeves during the summertime, but the fabric so light and breathable.
Yeah.
It's like when you take it the first time you see it, you will think that you can see everything through it. When you put it on, you can see nothing. It's look like a mesh,
Yeah.
small, tiny holes. But when you put it on, you can see nothing, and it's light, breathable. Your body breathes through the fabric, and this is the really amazing part.
Yeah. So I know you have a lot of history in entrepreneurship and you have two master's degrees and you've done all these things and from a very young age as well, right? And you had a very difficult childhood where you had to take on so much responsibility so young. And with all of these things that you had to do just to get by each day, one of the fascinating things I find about your story is that you keep this mindset about trying to provide something for the world that has so many important layers to it. It's not about, just getting rich or anything like that. It's about providing something that is of value and healthy for the environment and for the people who are exposed to it. And it seems like from an early age, you've really kind of taken that to heart. And as you have grown and done so many other different things and made all of these connections, you've been able to figure out how to apply that in such a wonderful way. And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about that journey from where you kind of had to be responsible and take on so much just to get through day to day and take care of your family to being able to find the space in your mind to be able to think about things in such a more inclusive way, because it seems like naturally in someone who's been through all of the things that you've been through, it would be so easy to just be focused on let me just get out and let me just do what I can for just myself because I want to rectify my situation and everything else would take a lower priority. But it really seems like you've just taken such a responsible and inclusive view about how you chose to move forward, even with your decisions from what you studied, psychology, I believe, right? And law. All of these things seem very focused on understanding people and trying to figure out how to help people. So I'll stop there and I would just love to hear your story and your experience with that.
Thank you so much. When I hear my story from your perspective, I have something to be proud of myself. Uh, I want to be honest, 100% honest with you. I'm underestimate myself. Every time I'm thinking that I can do better, I can be better person, and I can do more. Do not try to be lazy, just working hard every day. Um, Yeah, I have really, really, really terrible childhood. So many episodes with rape, abuse, and everything. And I'm okay sharing these stories because I already passed through them.
Yeah.
And but when the first time people hear them, they might be in shock how many episodes was, and like, and are you still love people? Are you still like open mind person?
Yeah.
Um, maybe it's natural, maybe because I have really a lot of responsibilities during my childhood, and because I take care of my two young sisters from my age 9.
Mm.
Yes, because one of my stepdad got in a car accident and he spent 3 years in hospital, and my mom was with him, and she was 5 days there and like only 2 days at our location because like it was another city and no chance. We didn't have cars, we didn't have anything. It was like tiny, tiny, tiny village where we used to live. And we have cows, we have store, everything. It's like village life on the farm.
Yeah.
And I was the oldest one, and I had their grandma, 70 years old. He couldn't move. He was in her bed. And
Mm.
3 years, I was the oldest one who took care of my youngest sister, like 2 years old and 6 years old. And from that period, I felt myself that I already was adult. And and when things become better, I thought I was raped when I was 16. Unknown person. I walk home, and he stopped his car. I don't want to tell about it, but it took me maybe 6 years to went through that episode, working with psychologists. But that year, I already was a student. I can see that I might be smart, but after when I was 27, I realized that I had another father, my biological father. It's like it's really
Mm.
story for few TV seasons, and it might be just DNA actually, because my grandfather was their youngest doctor-in-law in the whole USSR,
Wow.
and he spoke 5 languages, and I knew about him when I was 27. No one told me about him. My mom kept secret. But when I studied law at the university, I studied by his books. It was so interesting. And when I was 16, I already was on third year at the university. And after rape happened, like, what motivate people to do these bad things with people? Like, what was the reason? And I decided to study it.
Yeah.
And it was my essay for my psychologist degree. And I think it's helped me a lot to understand that it was just one person. It doesn't mean that the whole world will hurt me after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because usually when some bad things happen with people, they started to think that each person on the world my enemy right now.
Mm. Yeah.
Why the word hurt me? Why it's like happen with me, to me, for me, like, and it's huge different, to me or for me, and you decided every day what side are you choosing. It's happened to me or for me,
Yeah.
and I usually on the part of for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's happened for me to be better person, to help other people. One of my degree is like my hobby last few years. I'm a hypnotherapist.
That's
And it's
amazing.
helped a lot working with your subconscious mind, limited beliefs, and all these habits and like belief system. It's changing a lot. But I don't want to say that it's easy way. It's really not easy way to come through your traumas and everything.
Mm.
But if every day you're focusing on it's happened for me to be a better person, to be a
Yeah.
better like human and do better things, you choose in another side. And after that, if you're trying to bring your mindset to that way, you have light inside you.
Yeah.
Like it was just one person. And
Yeah.
other, how many billions we have? Like 9 billions people? They might be the great person, but even you will meet 2, 3 more or 5 or 10 more bad people, it doesn't mean again that other people are good people.
Yeah, that's so true. And the way that you explain that, it's something, it's wonderful to hear it. It's something that I talk about a lot with some of the topics that I cover in my podcast, but it's beautiful to hear how someone else I'd interviewed recently actually said something very similar. And it resonates so strongly with me. And when people sometimes ask me, or when I say something, when I give a suggestion like that, it's like, oh, yeah, it's really your choice. And sometimes I'll get a response like, well, yeah, for you that may be easy, but for me, it's not so easy. And it's hard for me to get the point across that no, it's not easy for anybody. It's definitely
Yeah.
not easy for me, and it's something that I think once you become aware of that, you do have a choice, and that you can make these choices moment by moment. It really opens up so much, and especially like you were saying, when you have these horrific experiences, it can make it very hard to trust anyone. And when you stop trusting and then you stop opening yourself up to potential connections and relationships, your world can stay so small. But you've taken everything and been able to look at the potential instead of look at the limitations, and like you said, that helps to bring out the light within you, and people see that light, like speaking to you now. And I remember seeing you on stage when you were introducing Smart Swimsuits last year, and I thought, you have a light. There's something about you that is perceivable, and that seems to probably draw in people out of curiosity because of that illumination that you provide. But that's not something that is easy, and it's not something that comes automatically. It's like this. It's a training. It's a daily ritual, and I think that it's like you had mentioned, you have that choice. I had a guest, her name was Amberly Snyder, and she's a rodeo barrel racer in the rodeo. And when she was quite young, she had a tragic accident and left her in a wheelchair. And she still finds a way to be able to ride horses and do barrel racing. And one of the things that she said was that if the only choice that you have each morning is your attitude, then you have to make it a good one, because that's all you can control. Everything else, when you open the door in the morning, who knows what's waiting for you? But if you can't choose your attitude, then it's very hard to make the most out of the situations that come your way. It doesn't make them easier, but it makes it possible for you to interpret them with a more optimistic and potentially a more revealing mindset, I suppose, right?
And the funniest part, to be entrepreneur or business owner, it never was my dream. It just happened with me. But after my rape, when I was 19, I was hit by a car and I couldn't walk for 6 months. As I spent 6 months in hospital, and I was overweight, like 250 pounds, something like this. Because my body trying to protect me from the world. And
Yeah.
when you, for a lot of girls to be overweight, especially when you are a teenager and that, or early 20, it's like, oh my gosh, it's nightmare, I'm overweight, oh, no one will love me. And you should love your body trying to say you something, that
Yeah.
you need love, self-care, protection. It's not about, like, of course, when it's coming first from your mental problems or like some sadness, you can fix it because you see this like stress food.
Yeah.
And you need to focus on what part of your body need love and
Yeah.
why, like protection, self-love, whatever, and you are working through it,
Yeah.
trying to find this way. And it's so interesting. And I was a lawyer, I used to work as a lawyer, and I was so successful in my career, but I felt that I losing something. Just working with documents, I helping people, of course, like to sell their property, buy property, whatever, everything that a lawyer can do. but it wasn't something that I was like meant for it. It was so easy for me. A lot of people was so jealous, like, why it's so easy for you? Why you finished 2 master's degree when I was just 19 years old? I said, you know, guys, I'm working from 19 years old as a professional. I have no choice anymore to be a student up to 24 or something like this.
Yeah.
When I was 23, I already took the PhD in law.
Wow.
But the final exams I didn't pass through because they've been asking money under
Yeah.
the table. And I
Oh.
said, if I would have this money, it was like you can buy 2 one-bedroom apartments in the main city in Russia. And I said, no way, I will not pay this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay
Yeah.
some people. I
Yeah.
was so against corruption in
Yeah.
this in that country anymore.
Yeah. So at what point did you become an entrepreneur? Were you still in Russia at the time or
I
okay.
was in Russia and I was like, I'm done with all this stuff to be a lawyer. I spent a few years. I was so bored. I decided, okay, I already finished another degree. What else I can do? And I became a teacher. It was
Okay.
like 5 days I worked at the lawyer office, and 1 day a week I was a teacher at the school to teach law for the students who last few years at the school, and then they becoming like to go to go to the college or university, and they took extra courses for law from real a lawyer with experience,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I enjoyed, but it also was some accident that broke my heart on the graduation.
Oh.
To my girls, they walks on the pedestrian.
Yeah, on the sidewalk on the
Yes,
yeah, uh-huh.
and the car hit them, and
Oh,
one of them died immediately. Another one spent the whole year in hospital. And
oh,
for me, it was heartbreaking situation. I couldn't lose any more people in my
yeah.
life, and I can't make it for the next year. I
Yeah.
just was there 2 years, and after that accident, like my heart was so broken. I felt so lost when it's happened, and it was so bad for everyone that year.
Mm,
And one day I just quit. I said, I can't work anymore. And it was really, really great career. And then I like, okay, Sasha, what you will do with your life? And I trying to find another job as a lawyer, but I already knew that I will work maybe 1 year with some interest, and after that I will board again because like it's the
mm.
same working with documents or whatever. I thought, okay, maybe I'm a waitress. And I went there. They, of course, they said, yeah, yeah, you can work like today or tomorrow. I spent 2 hours there and I said, no way, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
And my mom said, like, okay, you can come to my place, stay with me months or 2 months, think about your life, what you want to do. I will help you. I said, oh, perfect. And I quit my job June 12th. On July 7th, I already opened my first company.
Wow. That's fast.
It's super fast because I'm a lawyer. I know how to work with documents, how
Yes.
open the corporations and everything. And we found with my friend, she just gave a birth for the baby. It was her first baby. And she said, like, Sasha, you know, their clothing for kids so high priced. If
Mm,
it's like great quality, it's cost a lot, even for newborns. You know, when they are growing, they're growing so fast. And I said, okay, let's try to find something maybe wholesale price for her, and we will sell it through Facebook group to other. No way, it wasn't our how to say mashtab. It was too small for us.
yeah.
Once we opened the company, I spent maybe 2 weeks to research all the manufacturer that we have in that country and neighbors country, and we found one manufacturer. We signed a contract with them. Through that contract, it was 2014. It was like 10 years ago, and it was like our responsibility was to buy every month from them at least 20 $5,000 clothing. It's a lot when you like entrepreneur, and if you will calculate this money on today's rate, I think it's about like 100,000 monthly. And like,
Yeah. Oh.
no way. And my mom was like, Sasha, what are you doing? No one believed in me. Actually, my mom was the first person who like, no way. And it's happened also when I decided to take another degree, master's degree, when I was in process with the first, no one believed in me. And even during that time, I decided that I will not spend 5 years to get master's degree. I will make it in 4 years. No one believed in me. No one support me. No one. I said, okay, I will just make it. And I did it. And everyone was surprised. And it wasn't easy. You know, when you're trying to make something that no one made before,
Yeah.
people not supporting you. Even the teachers at the university, they also were like, you know what, we have someone who is trying to say everyone that that person better than anyone in this university. I said, no way. I never say that. I just wanna get that degree faster than anyone here.
Yeah, and that should be an option, right? It's nothing
Yes,
wrong with that. Yeah.
but everyone else feels like I'm
Yeah.
trying to be better than anyone in that room. I said, no way. I just
Yeah.
want to make it faster because my mom can't pay for my education. For me, I can keep the money from my mom the whole year for food, for clothes, for everything. The whole year, it's like, it's a lot of money when you're calculating it. Like, I just trying to spend less money for my mom. But I used to work from my 12 years old, 12, 13. During the summertime, I worked on the like open markets to sell clothes or shoes or sunglasses.
Yeah.
And it was funny when there are people from there like, you soon will be a lawyer and psychologist. You will be back to selling things? I said, no. But they were right, actually.
You're
Right now,
right.
I'm working on some farm markets, expos, and everything. It's so funny. When we opened the company and like 25K monthly, wow. And they gave us 6 months to come to that numbers, and we make it in first month. And we
Wow.
made 25, we made 50, and we grow so fast that every time manufacturer, every month, they add extra machines, extra new sewing machines. They hire a lot of people. In 1 year, I invested with my friend $1,000, just $1,000 in that business on the first day that we opened the company, and we made in 1 year $1 million revenue.
Wow. That's amazing.
It was like I couldn't expect from myself that I can be an entrepreneur, that
Yeah.
I'm really good to make connection with people. But I love the quality of the product. The first thing about all kind of business, it's love. You should love what you are doing.
Yeah.
This is why people asking me like, you're not selling something from China, some, you know, like you buying there for $1, selling
Yeah.
here for $20. It's so good. Good.
Yeah.
You're a businessman. No, because for me, I will not choose it. I
Yeah.
try to choose something that will really that line that our first business, it was for newborn baby. We sell this clothing,
Yeah.
and it was the best quality.
Yeah.
But the price was like regular price, but
Yeah.
the quality was 10 times better.
Yeah.
And what it said for me, that other companies make this difference for them just to make money. They're
Yeah.
not thinking a lot of the customers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we made, of course, we made money. It's all your business is first. When you open your business, of course, you are thinking that you want to make money, but it's too much responsibility. And the better to open the business when you have something, oh, I really like it, I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And to be entrepreneur, this is the hardest decision you ever make in your life. It's not easy. One of my ex-friend, Sasha, for you to pay this bill just to sell few swimsuits, you have no idea what you're talking about. You have
Yeah.
no. idea how it's look like from your perspective and how it's actually from other perspective. You're responsible for so many things. You are creating the position for people who trust you, come to work with you and believing in you and your product, project, whatever, or what you are creating. And you're responsible for them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're responsible for a lot of things. And I think only when you mentally ready for a lot of journeys, you should open your business, because it's not easy. But even when you're trying to make something, when it's not about the profit, just when it's just about the profit, it might be easier. But when you really trying to change something, because right now their fashion industry, number one industry that destroying our environment, our planet, the same with plastic industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I opened that first company, it wasn't like successful story. Within a year, my relationship ruined with my partner, because like I presented that project in different competition. I became the youngest woman entrepreneur in the whole country. I got a lot of nominations, awards. And for my partner, it was like, it's about my ego, not about that we are working together. I said, I'm making it for our company. I'm making the connection. If some people knows you, they can protect you, support you, help you. And
Right.
it was not easier. It wasn't, but I was the person who worked and did maybe 95%, and
Yeah.
she did 5%. And because she had a baby, she couldn't work because she had baby, just newborn baby. And we
Yeah.
decided to sell that company. Maybe it was a mistake, but I feel that I did the right thing, because everyone around told me like, you should just buy her out. I said, I can't like just took that company from her. I decided to sell the company and started something from 0 point,
Yeah. Yeah.
just to keep relationship with this person.
Yeah.
And we sold the company. And
Yeah.
after that happened, like again, it was a new journey. I invested money in another project. It was wellness online program to improve your health. And the people who was my partner, they had the physical location, and it was successful. We decided to make it available for people from all around like world.
Yeah.
I invest my money. I found investors. We invest in that project.
Yeah.
Guys took money and left the country
Oh,
and never go back. And I lost everything.
oh man.
And what I said to myself, okay, if I can lose so much money, it means that I can create 3 times or maybe 10 times more. Next time I should be more smart.
Yeah.
And what I realized too, if you have agreement, if you don't have agreement, like verbal or written agreement, it means nothing. If person want to make advantage of you, they will find a way. They can like take money and leave the country. No one can find them. And I went after that accident. Of course, I was depressed. Of course, during that time, particular that time, I realized that I had another biological father, and it was so like really surprised for me. And in that time, I had the boyfriend who proposed me, and then he disappeared. And it's happened at the same time.
Oh
It
man.
was like, oh my gosh, what universe wanna say to me? Like, why it's happening? I spent 2 weeks in the bed, covered like, what is going on? And I've been watching Master Chef with Gordon Ramsay,
Yeah.
and all this story with regular people, not professional chefs, inspired me so much. And during that like depression period, I read a lot of books about the people who was bankruptcy, but they found something inside them to like bounce back.
Yeah.
And let's try one more time. Let's be smart next time. And after that I said, okay, if I lost a lot of investment, I should learn how to invest.
Yeah.
And I spent maybe 6 months at the university for investment courses, how to organize everything better, the structure of the company. And another part, what I realized, that if you are not peace
Mhm.
in your mind, doesn't matter where are you. because I was so disappointed, and I decided that I need to left everything like this. And I spent 6 months in Vipassana meditation center to learn how to meditate. And in that location, I found that if you don't have peace, doesn't matter where are you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was so peaceful, everything around me, nothing. But I was so stressed, like
Yeah.
I was scared that something can happen again, anything bad, because it was like bum, 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 bum during
Yeah.
that period. And it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
And when I was in peaceful state of mind, opportunity came to me and found me in Vipassana meditation center. I said, wow, this is
Yeah.
how it works. But it's easy to be
Yeah.
peaceful when you are living in meditation center, in temple or whatever, because it's not the real world. The best experience that you have in the real world, try to be in this peaceful state of mind. Doesn't matter what's happening around, it will bring the opportunity to your life.
Yeah.
And I have the great opportunity. I moved to the United States. After I have Russian roots, and I used to live in Israel. I have relative there. My sister, she's living in Israel, and I love that country too. And I spent a lot of time there. Even the Vipassana meditation center, it was in Israel.
Oh.
And then I spent time in Europe and Poland, other countries. But I came up with another idea, and I moved to the United States. And I think the law here, the best one in the world that can protect your ideas and that can help you to grow.
Yeah.
This is like the country when you can make your dream come true. And I'm living here last 6 years. And a lot of people who immigrants, they like, it was so hard for me. I miss my home, whatever. I never have these thoughts in my mind, because every time I waking up, like, oh my gosh, it's another day in that country that have a lot of opportunities and you can grow here really. And I think United States, the number one country who is really trying to make something for sustainability. Really, not just on the paper. And for me, I fell in love with Hawaii, because Hawaii, the first state who banned to sell and use chemical sunscreen that killing reef and corals. And it's also like, we are not about money, because you can make a lot of money from the cheap chemical sunscreen. Let's do reef safe sunscreen. It's cost like $10 extra, but we're trying to think and make something really for our environment.
Yeah.
One of my project before Smart Swimsuit, I was crazy raw vegetarian, like so crazy raw vegan, that when I was ill, I decided I will not take any pills. I will try to like heal myself, but how can I protect myself from the virus? It was way before COVID. It was like 3 years before COVID, I think.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, she came from Japan, and she used to wear some beige around her neck. And I said, like, what's inside this beige? And she said, you know what? Inside this beige, chlorine dioxide, it's like beige can protect you from the viruses. It's like killing viruses around you. I said, wow, it's so interesting. We made a research, and yes, really, chlorine dioxide killing viruses.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when every day you are breathing this chlorine dioxide, it's ruining your immune system.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why, like, can we create something the same, but with natural components inside? And it took us 6 months. Us, I mean, me and my husband. It took like 6 months to speak with a lot of scientists, and everyone told me like, it's not easy to make oils, all these natural components evaporate evenly during like 30 days or less. Because usually when you put some oil on your body or fragrance, it disappeared within a few hours.
Yeah.
Our goal was to create something that can keep scent inside for a long time and evaporate them evenly during like at least 30 days. Natural components like phyton seeds. And I found one crazy, crazy scientist, and he said, okay, I might help you, but I need to speak with you first. I said, okay, let's speak. And even speak about the business, he like, what do you know about Dzogchen? I said, what? It's like part of the Buddhism. I said, oh, of course I know. Let's speak about it, because I just went from the Vipassana meditation center when I spent like 6 months.
Yeah.
And we became friends, and within few months he came up with formula for me how to keep natural components inside something. And 6 months later we realized that we created plastic, 100% biodegradable plastic, and our plastic can keep scent for a long time. It's
Oh.
super unique features. And okay, let's make the Kickstarter campaign. No way. It was before COVID, and everyone been asking like, why do we need to protect ourselves from viruses? No one. Because the United States, they had no idea about these badges. In China, Japan is so popular. It's like $1 billion market there. It was way before COVID. And
Yeah.
we tried to make it. We did Indiegogo campaign. We spoke with a lot of potential investors, and everyone like, "Are you cuckoo? No, we don't need it." And first week COVID happened. First 2 weeks, I got so many phone calls like, "Sasha, why we not invested? Oh my gosh, it's brilliant and everything."
Yeah.
And when I realized that it will not work because no one knows about the virus blocker in the United States, it's like hard to come into the new market. What we can do from our applications, like let's do phone cases. We presented it on the SoCal Expo, like South California in Orange County, Irvine. We presented, we like, wow, a lot of investors, like, we are ready to sign in. Where to sign the contract? It was week before COVID. And it's still a journey. It's still a journey. We already invest in that project patent, research and development, $1 million. $1 million we already invest, and we are still the startup stage, because to come to the market with biodegradable plastic, even it can keep scenting. We can use it for artificial flowers, Christmas tree, toys for kids, bites for fishing, phone cases, keychains, so many applications.
Yeah.
It's not easy because you need to build your manufacturer, and it's like
Yeah.
a lot of money. And all the components in the United States cost us sometimes 100 times more if you will buy it in China or other countries. And it's like, okay, but we did, it was VidCon Expo. We're all teenagers, YouTubers, influencers, and we have such a huge line to our location. And I was so proud about our next generation, because all kids like, oh, it smells like orange, it smells like bubble gum. But then it's next letter that it's biodegradable. It
Yeah.
will decompose into nothing within 1 year to 10 years. It depends on the climate.
Yeah.
And so many layers. And for teenagers, for kids, it's really important. Like, oh, it's sustainable, it's biodegradable. Mama, please buy me. And we create
Yeah.
a character, Mr. Nose. It's like huge mascot, huge nose.
Yeah.
That particular project, phone cases, it's really for teenagers. And its next step, we can come to other markets.
Yeah.
It's still prototype stage. It's still a lot of work to do. Each new application we want to create cost us around 25K.
Yeah. Wow. Is this the development of this biodegradable plastic, was this what led to smart
Yes.
swimsuits or oh, okay, so the discovery of the material that could be made from biodegradable plastic, but also is the scent a part of that equation as well with the swimsuits, or how does, I guess, how does all that come together?
When COVID happened, like what we can do? We had moving company and carpet cleaning company. We usually reinvest all the money into our research and development. We're not bought any houses, anything like this.
Yeah.
We reinvest money into our inventions. And when COVID happened, everyone was scared. I'm not, because like I was on survival mode during all my childhood.
Yeah.
And my husband brought the sewing machine for me. It's like, let's make some masks for donation.
Yeah.
One of my neighbor came to our location also, and he had beard, like
Yeah.
huge beard, and like, Sasha, I don't want to cut my beard. Can you create something for me to cover my beard? I said,
Yeah.
okay. It took me maybe a week to create the perfect everything size, and we create mask for bearded guys. And I was the first one who started to sell them. And we were so successful during that time just to sell the mask, especially for bearded guys. And I worked with sewing machines. Of course, it was a lot of order that within a few weeks we found their manufacturer who helped to produce it for us. And then I said, okay, we can't work right now with our biodegradable plastic because it's a lot of money, it's a lot of investments, but we need to generate money. And it's already like time to the COVID comes to the finish. We are not making money on the bearded masks, but what else we can create? And I was in California, it was crazy hot. Like, I wanted something breathable, something that can protect me, because when you are working with plastic, you're thinking about how many plastic comes to the ocean, to the earth, and everything. And when we become to make this research about the ocean, how plastic caused the ocean and everything, I found out, oh my gosh, chemical sunscreen killing reef and corals too. Fashion industry killing reef and corals. And I went to my friend again, to my scientist, like, can we create something that can help protect the skin from the sunburn and at the same time be light than the regular fabric? And we find out about the formula. We found the manufacturer who produced this fabric, and we started to work with them. And right now, our fabric, the best part, manufacturer using recyclable plastic to make this fabric for us. Next level for us right now, that fabric can be solid colors, like totally black or white or whatever. And
Oh.
we knew how to make solid colors from another material. We are making again a new patent, new research
Oh.
and development to create the new features. It's like another fabric, and it's also sustainable sourced, and it's also from slow fashion, that you can wear the same piece of clothes yearly,
Yeah.
but it will be solid colors. And this is how we can step into the market, not only for women. Right now we have only like brightful, beautiful prints, but
Mhm.
a lot of people like me, I love solid colors,
Yeah.
and we are missing that market right now. But by having that particular fabric, we can bring this product to other people who hate floral prints.
Interesting. So it's something about the material itself that in the current swimsuit designs, like that material, it just can't be made in solid colors. That's
Yes.
really interesting because it just seems like it would be harder to make those beautiful prints, because it's like you've got to get all the patterns to match and everything. But
Oh yes,
wow, that's interesting.
it's really all
Yeah.
pieces should be combined together and
Yeah.
covers the most
Yeah.
covered part that should be covered.
Wow. So that's also going to be a new swimsuit design option that's going to become available through Smart Swimsuits in the years ahead then.
Yes. Yes,
So,
this is our goal right now, because
yeah,
if not us, who will think about the environment? Who?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
responsibility, not the government. It's not states' responsibilities. It's each person responsibilities. We
yeah,
should be every day conscious and aware of what we are making. Like, not
yeah.
just, oh, I want to buy this and I want to buy that and that's it. And next day it's a lot of trash coming where?
Yeah. And I
Where?
think exactly like you're saying, there's so many people who are so conscious of that don't know, like you were saying about doing something that you believe in and doing something that you love. And you're always going to have people who say, well, who would want that? Or, it's too, whatever, it's too expensive or whatever they're going to say. And then having not only the passion to keep going forward, but the understanding of you know personalities and economics and psychology, you know that they're not your market. There are people out there who highly value these things and are looking for an opportunity. And maybe they're not even going to the beach because they feel so bad about putting on sunscreen and having it impact the environment. And they're not aware that there is actually an option out there that will allow them to really thoroughly enjoy their experience in the water and do it in a way that is in line with their values and it's not causing any cause for concern or damage or anything like that. So that's so important.
And it also wasn't like, oh, we create the perfect product and everyone will support us.
Yeah.
First 4 years, no one support plastic with a scent. Why we need it? Why we need this plastic that smells? Why we need this biodegradable plastic and everything? It was like, okay, who is your target audience? Who is your market? Where is your money? Why you're not making money? You are a dreamer. No, when you believe in something, even you will have thousands no, and maybe 10,000 no.
Yeah.
One yes can help you. And I
Yeah.
wasn't sure that someone will really need it. And I went to their event with investors.
Mhm.
And the owner of Murphy company, it was Sean Dougherty. I met her in Orange County. She was the star in that event because she sold her company for $200 million. And it was like she created first one in the world phone cases with charger inside. It was Murphy company. Everyone knows this company in the United States. And when she saw our invention, like what we created, she said, really? Really? She gave me her business card. I said, like, let's meet next week at my place. And we became like really friends. And also was a few weeks before COVID. And she was like, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. And her yes from that particular industry, phone cases, it was like, oh my gosh, I have enough power to continue working with this project.
Yeah.
Sometimes people on your way came just to give an energy,
Yeah.
continue working on your project, continue believing in yourself.
Yeah.
And with Smart Swimsuits, first year when we applied for the Miami Swim Week, this is like the biggest event in swim industry for Miami Swim Week Expo. We sent them our samples and they not accepted us. Like, you are different. No, maybe next year. And I was like, okay, maybe something better happened with me. And
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh my gosh, no
Yeah.
one. When you start thinking this way,
Yeah.
you can win everything because your attitude and your state of mind. I said, okay, maybe something better will come. I will just continue working. I will just continue do my stuff. And a few weeks before the Miami Swim Week, one of my friends called me like, Sasha, I want to introduce you to Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, she is part of a team who organized this Miami Swim Week. I spoke with her and she's like, oh my gosh, I really love what you're doing, girl. I really support. And she's from that industry. And we were at the best place. We had the best location for our boutique during the Miami Swim Week Expo. And we showed our collection on the runway during the best time period, like prime time. It was Saturday evening, like 7 p.m.
Wow.
And then we were published in Tatler, Glamour, Vogue. We did New York Fashion Week, Miss Global USA, Fashion Week Hawaii, Aloha Shirt Festival. We did a lot of expo. We grown from that point a lot. Just one person said, wow, I really believe in you. And after that, everything started like happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like you had said previously too about that ability to be calm when things are not going as planned. It can be so easy to end up being in the storm yourself mentally. And then when you're in that state of being disappointed or frustrated, it can be really hard to notice any opportunities because you're so negative and you're not thinking about what is possible anymore. You're thinking about why are things not working out, or why is this not happening the way I imagined it. And if you're so fixated on that, then it can be so easy to have opportunities just go right by you. Whereas if you, like you said, if you're able to calm yourself, and you're able to train your mind to be able to stay in a relaxed state, you can remain open to possibilities and remain open to opportunities. And I think that's beautiful. And that's one of the things that I so believe in. And one of the things that I try to also get across in some of the topics that I cover in my podcast as well, because I think it's easy for people to get fixated on what they want and think that they can go after that without clearing their mental state up first. They think they can go after these things and just work hard, work hard, work hard. But if you aren't able to stay calm enough to be aware of what's going on and the opportunities that are becoming available, you can actually miss a lot. One of the things that I had said, and this has happened to me personally, I was so fixated on a goal at one point that I wanted. And I kept saying, I've got to have this, I got to have it. And it wasn't until I allowed myself to start to pay more attention to what was going on around me that I actually realized what I thought I wanted was not exactly what I wanted after all. It was a little bit different, and it was a little bit beyond that is what I was really looking for. But I was so fixated on gotta have it, gotta have it, gotta have it. And everything else was a distraction if I wasn't working towards that, that I was missing so many messages. I was missing so much new information, so many references, so many resources that were popping up all around me, but I just wasn't seeing them because I was just so focused on that. And I had an attitude that everything else was just noise, when actually there's a lot of great information out there if you're calm and you're able to carry yourself with an open mind. So I think that's beautiful.
Mind have so many tricks, and it's like when you are something happened with you, you have two ways again, asking yourself why it's happened with me, why it's happened again, what's wrong with me, what's wrong with people, and your mind will find answers for you on that questions. And you putting yourself in that mindset that, oh my gosh, everything bad, my life is ruined, oh my Lord. And if you will ask yourself questions like how to make it work next time, what I can improve, how to make better, or what I should learn from this and next time make it like, your mind will find answers for that questions.
Yeah.
And why, like when rich people losing everything, they are sure that they can make it one more time, at least one more time. When you didn't have experience in your life, like poor childhood, never experienced with money, like it was survival mode every day, your mind working like, if we will lose everything, it's failure, I'm bad person, everyone will blame me, and no way I can make it one more time. And it's just your mindset, and you can change it. You can clean all your limited beliefs. And it sounds like impossible, but when you're doing hypnotherapy, when you're working with your subconscious mind programs, it's really so clear. And the best part to know, we have statistics, it's official by American Health Magazine. They made meta research. It means they researched over 100 different researches, I think, like and the statistics show that psychotherapy working in 39% after 600 sessions. Hypnotherapy working 92% after 6 sessions. And the difference, because when you're trying to work with your subconscious mind programs on conscious level, it will never happen. You need to go into that stage when it's your mind quiet
Yeah.
and you're working with your subconscious mind, because conscious mind operates like 5% of our mind, like 5 to 9%. Subconscious programs driving 90% of our life.
Right.
Everything that's happening, creating by your previous experience, your previous behaviors.
Yeah.
And when you feel something, for example, like you are in the middle of storm, like something happening, like I have argue or everything ruined, it's your state of mind. First thing that will help you, just realize that like I can change it. It's just my reaction. Vipassana helped me a lot to recognize that I'm not my emotions.
Yeah.
It's something in my mind, it's not me. It was so surprised for me when like I was the observer, like, and this is my emotions, I feel them, and I have the choice to fall in love with my emotions or not. I can choose. Will I follow this storm, or like, okay, I see you, I'm observing you, but I'm not you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much that you're showing me something.
Yeah.
But I have a choice to not follow you. But thank you. I see you. I'm observing you, and I'm like make you go out from my body.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes, like when you are depressed or you feel stress, sad, just 2 minutes, like with this position, feel like, yes, I will make it. It will restore your system.
Yeah.
2 minutes and it's enough. More than 2 minutes, it will the same effect. Just 2 minutes, like, yes, I make it. Feel the whole body. And if you want to prove it for yourself that it's really working, you can go and take your blood test before this exercise, and the blood test will show the cortisol level like somewhere here when you're stressed.
Yeah.
After 2 minutes, like, yes, 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 it's working. You will take the blood test after 2 minutes, it will be different result. Your cortisol level will be low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Or meditation. Sometimes like really deep meditation, like feeling like this flow, okay, I should be in peace of state of mind. Few minutes sometimes it's enough. But the main focus, you just keep it somewhere on the back of your mind that like, yes, I'm choosing what attitude I will have today. Okay, I can just make this few minutes breathe and trying to be observer, not the follower of everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is really helping every day.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. That's something that I believe in so wholeheartedly, and I think that if you are able to be aware of that and have the ability to, like you said, to observe your emotions and to realize that that's not you, that's an expression of, a deeper you, and you have the ability to observe it and not follow and know you have a choice not to follow. It's just a phenomenal impact that it just changes so much your feeling of control, and that oftentimes is enough to give you the confidence, right? Because it's like you oftentimes it's like we outsource our control because we let these things that happen blow up our our emotions and say, we say things like they made me mad, or because this happened now I don't have any more choices, or things like that, or it's over because this is the way that this played out or something. But when you realize you have these choices, whether to follow, and that includes fear too, right? Fear is just an emotion, and oftentimes it's something that if we have an opportunity to examine, we can say, just like you said, thank you for your opinion. I'll let you on your way. I choose not to follow you because I know deeper inside what I really want to do or what I really need to do today. So it's
And as you
fantastic.
said, like when it's like, I should achieve this goal, it's my goal, I will achieve it. It's also not working, because when you're saying you every day, like, I will achieve, I will make my bed, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
you think every day your subconscious mind or universe that you still don't have it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you are growing this bubble that I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, please.
Yeah.
And you make more universes like their frequency,
Yeah.
making your way much longer to achieve that goal, or you will never achieve it with this attitude. And it doesn't mean that you should act like you already have it, but you should be so peaceful. I will do my best to achieve it, but if it's meant for me, it will become mine. If it's not meant for me, I will have something better.
Yeah.
Also, the official statistics showing that successful entrepreneur, they the people who is really thinking more positively than
Yeah.
negatively.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, because you need to be able to keep going, right? In the face of all of the opposition and the doubters and everyone who is saying you can't do this or it's never been done before. And yeah, to be able to stay positive and to keep going, that's a skill for sure that can be developed.
But you
So
also should like realistically look at the market, on the
yeah,
product, everything. It's not just like you are on unicorns flying in the sky. No, you should look realistically, follow some intuition. But when people telling like even first layer, are you expert in this field? No,
yeah,
no. You are my mom. You weren't successful.
yeah,
I'm trying to change it
yeah,
because all your belief system you are getting from your DNA, from your parents, from your school, from the environment that you used to grow up.
yeah,
And you need like adequate level of stress to learn how to overcome something. But it's not easy when your mom every time told you like money is scary thing, like we never have enough money, it's hard to achieve, la la la, and you have this belief system that is really hard.
yeah, yeah.
And this is a miracle. Last year I did for my clients 400 hypnotherapy sessions.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Man.
I it was like the process, I got another degree in this field, and I should make these sessions to get my certificate. And sometimes our subconscious mind working like a miracle. One girl, she was overweight, but she has everything. She knows how to diet, but it's never happened because her subconscious mind, it was like poor, crazy childhood, very abusive. And every time she told herself, I want to be big, I want to be big, I want to be big, I want to be big. And when she was kid, it was like big means adult.
Yeah, yeah,
But her subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind, it's like kid.
yeah, yeah,
Um, if you want something, speak with your subconscious mind like it's 5 years old kid.
yeah, yeah,
And big, and she's big because she needs protection. You are big, you oh, this is what you wanted. And when we changed that and told her subconscious mind, dear subconscious mind, you protect me so many years. And I big means adult. I'm already adult and I'm safe. You don't need to protect me anymore. She lost 100 pounds within 6 months,
wow,
changed nothing because she already was on a diet, like she knows how to eat healthy, and she exercised, but the process started.
wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is wow. I just find it so inspiring the different angles that you are taking on well-being and self-love and doing what's best for the environment. You have so many layers to your approach, and I find that very just inspiring because I think it can be easy to think that you have to go about your approach in a certain way. And if you want to become healthy, you have to follow a certain regimen, or you have to, follow exactly what someone else says, or go take a specific course. But I think what you've shared today has really helped open up people to the truth that there are so many ways that you can move forward in becoming healthier, becoming more confident, in growing, in getting through trauma. It's not about specifically doing one thing, but it's about an approach, it's about a mindset, and being open to what works for you, right?
Thank you.
And I think that's beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing your story and for sharing so much insight and so much advice. I think that will be very helpful for our listeners and our viewers of this episode as well. It's just so many knowledge nuggets that you've shared. So thank you so much for that. And before I let you go, I want to make sure everyone knows how they can find you, find out more about Smart Swimsuits and all the wonderful things that you're currently involved in.
Oh, thank you so much. I wasn't like so public, last 6 years. I just started be a little bit public a year ago in my small blog on Instagram, and I don't have time for it. But about the swimsuits, it's super easy to find smartswimsuits.us. It's
Okay.
easy to remember, easy to find. About the plastic, it's organoplastica.com, or I Smell, also tricky name for the product. I Smell. And so many people came to me and said like, what? I Smell? Why you do not change your name? I said like, because you are here and asking me about this name. It's like a little bit tricky, but it's funny. I
Yeah, yeah.
and my name is Sasha Royce. I need to like be public and put information about me, but LinkedIn, Instagram, I will try. I hate a word try. When you say someone I will try, it means that you're giving yourself opportunity to do not make it. I
Yeah.
hate try. I will think. No, I will make it. I will be more public this year, I hope.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll definitely be sure to share all of these links that you mentioned in the show notes as well so that people can find you that way. But thank you so much for sharing all of that wonderful insight as well. It's been so great having you as a guest on the Manifest Your Greatness podcast today,
Thank you so
Sasha.
much for having me. I really appreciate it, and you are doing the very good thing for people.
Oh,
This podcast about the manifestation. I think if just one person will listen and trying to change his or her life, it's already amazing. When you are thinking about the publicity, it's like 1,000 people, million people, and no one count of like everyday heroes. Even just one person, you already help one person. You should be so proud of yourself. And we underestimate ourselves. Underestimate.
yeah, well, thank you so much for that. And I definitely, like you were saying, one of the things that I try to remember is how it's an opportunity just to be able to meet people like you and have this opportunities to speak and to share experiences and stories that are hopefully beneficial to, like you said, even just one person. And I get the opportunity to learn so much from my guests as well. So that's my win right there. So
Yeah.
it's definitely everybody benefits. And if one other person out there benefits as well, then definitely the time has been absolutely well spent. So thank you
Thanks so
for
much.
that.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Manifest Your Greatness podcast. If you liked what we've explored on this episode, then you'll love the Manifest Your Greatness coaching program. The Manifest Your Greatness coaching program is uniquely tailored to help support you on your journey to become the absolute best version of yourself. So if you are committed to taking the steps required to significantly and permanently level up in any area of your life, visit manifestyourgreatness.com/contact. Again, that's manifestyourgreatness.com/contact and schedule your free consultation call today. Talk soon.